Welcome to the state of PA football as PA Football News presents its weekly look at high school football across the state.
Don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. I have no regrets, yeah, I'll tie up my chest. I'll never forget what it's like to be in.
Did you know there are 555 total high school football programs in the state? Did you also know there are a total of 58 college programs ranging from D1 to D3 in the state of Pennsylvania? Whether you're a bulldog, a lion, a crusader, an eagle, or a millionaire, we got you covered.
You already know, turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own. So fight and die.
Here at PA Football News, we got you covered. And now, your host, Billy Splain.
Welcome, we are live here at Academy Clinic in Scranton. Protected by the funding zone. Glad to be here. Promised you a head coach when we started out. We actually promised you two. We got one right now, and it is my honor to introduce to you. So welcome to the show. Glad to have you here. Glad to meet you, Joe.
Thank you. Glad to meet
How's
you.
things going?
We're off. We're running, off and running. Kids are in the weight room and, dedicating themselves, and I'm really proud of, where we've been over the last 2 months. And, they're working real hard and couldn't be happier. So.
Go for out there. Tell them, how'd you end up getting the Pittston job? What made you decide to jump on board?
So, interesting story. I've been friends with Nick Barberi, and we, coached together over the last 7 years. My boys played in the program, Johnny and Drew, over the last couple of years. And just one of those things where I think when the season ended, I thought, Coach Barberi was going to be retiring soon. And I felt like with my son Drew graduating, that it was going to be a good jumping off point for me as well. But the way I described it, there was just, when the season ended, I think all football coaches could relate and attest to this, that there was something burning there. I couldn't stop thinking about football. I couldn't stop thinking of all the great, young men we have there in our program, and, the kids coming back. And, it was at that point, I decided, I thought maybe Nick would come back for one more year, and I was still had the drive and the fire. I was excited about it. I went and had a conversation with him. That's when he told me he thought that it was going to be it for him. And, I kind of had the idea that I'm going to throw my name in here and see what could happen. So.
Conference.
Well, again, I think it starts obviously with, you have to have a great coaching staff around you, and you have to have, great kids and, great support from your community and from, your school. And I think we have that. From the kids' standpoint, it's really, buying in. Like, my message was, the season starts now in January. Does not start in August. So I think, Rich Manello at Dallas, he provided, a great blueprint for everybody. I mean, it takes hard work and dedication in the off season, to get where you want to be during the season. And we're moving back up to, Division I this year. The schedule is, a little bit different. Dallas is on our schedule this year. We have, a lot of great opponents. We pick up Wilkes-Barre again this year, Crestwood, right on down the line. So, I mean, Mid-Valley, North Pocono ran week 1, week 2. So it will certainly be, challenging, and you cannot go through a challenging schedule like that if you don't put the time in the off season. So I think our kids have, got that message and they bought into that.
Model the youth college program. What a great statement for the Wyoming Valley Conference.
Yep.
That's got to be something for you. A couple of years ago, back when Valley Conference, a lot of people say they're down, but I don't think they're down in the last couple of years.
I agree with that. No question about it. It's always been a hard-nosed area, hard-nosed football players and families and kids that, they grind every day and work hard. And, you named Wyoming area, Dallas, they're, 2 phenomenal programs, and all those elements that I mentioned about, Dallas, Wyoming area has, I think we're building in that direction. Again, great coaching staff, great kids, great community support, and kids putting the time in. And I think all those programs who succeed, they take care of all those elements.
So with a new coach coming in,
yeah, my message to I coach special teams for the last 7 years, and actually most of my coaching career. That's been my area because it's such an important aspect of the game that gets forgotten about, and you could steal some momentum and points there if you work on it more than your opponents. But the message to my players, and they know me well from coaching special teams, is that our week 1 starters sometimes look nothing like what it is in week 10. So, we say all the time, guys could get hired and fired from, their jobs and rehired, based off of their performance in practice and in games. So, I think that's important. We try to be as fair as possible, and, they know we're going to put the best 11 guys, on the field.
hey, hired and fired. We don't.
Correct.
I mean, we're not into the NIL thing.
No,
right now,
not at all. Not at all.
Go right into that. Studied up on that, and you need to know.
Yeah, well, again, being a new head coach, there's a lot, on your plate, a lot to learn. So to say that I've sat in an NIL one-on-one class yet, I'd be lying to you. I think I'm a little bit more old school, like the Nick Saban mindset, and following some of his thoughts and on it. I really haven't formed a strong opinion on it quite yet, but certainly it seems like it's here to stay. Whether we agree with it or disagree with it, that's neither here nor there.
A lot of coaches were worried about it. In the grand scheme, you might have
one could only hope. I think it's hard enough being a kid this day and age, and sports and football offer the opportunity for kids to be kids and to have fun, have fun with their friends and just enjoy it. I think, like I said, there's a lot of pressure on kids to begin with, and any other added pressure to be something more sometimes could be detrimental.
So,
yeah, we're spinning over there, it looks like.
We're on the air right now. And glad to have you on the show. We're going to take a look at the audio and see. Let me stay here for a second.
Okay. I'm going to try this one.
And I'm going to ask Dan out there. Dan, can you hear me now? So, Dan, let me know. We're waiting on Dan to let us know whether I'm good to go or not. I think my batteries died on this one, I think is what happened. Well, we're just going to assume everything's good because he's not answering us. But I want to thank you for being here. And we're going to break away. We're going to come back with some of the guys from the funding zone. But I wish you all the best of luck. And I hope the Patriots make the Wyoming Valley proud.
Great, appreciate it.
All right, thanks for being on the show, man.
All right, my pleasure.
All right, take care, buddy.
All right.
All right, we'll be right back. We're going to hear from some of our sponsors, including the Fund Zone. So we'll be right back with some guests and some speakers from the Funding Zone to talk about this clinic and how you can raise money for your program.
At PAFootballNews.com, we've got you covered. If you're looking for the best coverage of high school football in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, check out PAFootballNews.com. From schedules to rankings, game coverage to Friday night scoreboard, live streams, and more, PA Football News is the one-stop shop for everything high school football in Pennsylvania. Follow us on Twitter at PAFootballNews and visit us at PAFootballNews.com. We got you covered.
Southern Columbia, the state's longest losing streak.
They had lost 26 games in a row at one point.
If you looked in the crystal ball then and see where Jimmy Roth has that program now.
12 state championships.
Wow, what a story that is.
We're not talking about anybody matching what Southern Columbia does. Not in Pennsylvania, but not even in the country.
Jim Roth, he is the winningest coach in Pennsylvania high school football.
If Jim Roth coached 40 more years and lost every single game, went 0-10 for 40 years, he would still have a winning record.
The Tigers of Southern Columbia.
We're alive to witness something that's probably never going to happen again in high school sports in Pennsylvania.
Not only are they winning, but they're mercy ruling.
We went out believing that we could not be beat, and that we were going to mercy rule every team.
I saw kids from area schools that would come to watch them play and line up to get autographs.
They've won 5 in a row, twice now, and you don't want to be the team to lose that.
Southern Columbia, 3 losses in the regular season, something very rare.
You know, last time a team in this program lost even 2 games.
I'm so sorry. But how are they going to respond to this adversity?
This is a guys game. You haven't played. Let's go.
Win or lose, you're going to remember this game for a long time.
This is getting ridiculous, folks.
Everyone thinks that we're the underdog.
They didn't see me on the field that game.
This was a Southern Columbia team that looked dead with 3 losses.
They've built a very good program in such a powerful football state.
And the PIAA wants to make them AAA. Their argument is, we don't want to see this.
People hate Burke because we always won. You know, they always hate someone that always wins.
Other programs get better. Get better.
Take it out of these guys right now.
Southern Columbia is shooting for a record 6th consecutive state championship.
Well, how's it going to play out? What's the ending?
State champs on 3. 1, 2, 3, state champs.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Michael Sikorsky from the Funding Zone, the #1 fundraising company in the state of Pennsylvania. If you need help raising funds for your program, please contact us at 570-885-0900. Thank you.
CoachComm is the proven and trusted leader in coaching communications. For over 30 years, we've built our business on innovation and winning, with the goal to equip your team with the best coaching communication available. 97% of all FBS programs and thousands of high schools and colleges across the U.S. choose CoachComm because CoachComm has the experience and the know-how to provide the very best in technology and winning solutions.
Go route. It's been phenomenal. I think just the ability when you got guys from all over the state and everyone's got things going on and trying to get organized and practice. Taking the language out of the offense and just giving these guys the ability to just go and learn on the fly from it. It's my first experience ever with it, and it's phenomenal. I would certainly use it.
My name is Carlos Bradley. I'm a former NFL player and currently chairman of Safer Sports. What is Safer Sports? We are a soft shell technology company. Our product, the Safer Helmet Cover, has been tested at Virginia Tech Helmet Lab and is proven to reduce the risk of concussion by as much as 77%. So if you have a youth league, a high school or college, and you want to be safer, get in touch with safersports.com.
All right, here we are back live, and we're at the Coaches Academy Clinic here in Scranton at the Hilton. And right next to me, we've got the owner of the Funding Zone and the company that's sponsoring this entire thing, the Funding Zone, Mike DeFrancisco. And who's sitting right next to you over there?
Right next to me is a great friend of mine and a gentleman by the name of with Blast Athletics. Blast is an online platform, fundraising platform. Tom and I were able to partner up a few years ago to bring the Blast technology over to the Funding Zone. Definitely get into Blast, Bill, but I appreciate you having me on, and I'm really happy to be here.
Yeah, it's a great clinic. We push the living daylights out of this thing. I always say, if you're going to go to a clinic, you got to go to the Funding Zones clinic because it's a great time. They do it right. We just get done with a magnificent lunch. We put it out on our Twitter on @PA Football News. Take a look at the pictures of the lunch. What a great lunch, sponsored by Kevin James from Sports Paradise, who also is a sponsor on our website. You saw a couple of our sponsors. I want to thank a couple more sponsors on our website. So forgive me for 1 second here, boys and girls, because we're going to run down a brand new sponsor on our website, Quick Cut. We just signed them up today. They're going to be on our website. Great product. If you're looking for an alternative to film your team and have like some evaluation done of your team, turn to QuickCut.com, QuickCutSports.com, and you can find that information on our website and on Twitter today, but coming soon on our website. So thanks to those guys for being on board.
Todd's worked hand in hand, to be a part of the Coaches Academy this year. Been a few months ago, and happy and thankful to have Todd here as an exhibitor,
Yep.
I know you mentioned Kevin James. I can't thank Kevin James enough at Sports Paradise for what he's done the last 2 years as a sponsor of the Coaches Academy. Even yourself, Bill, you've been behind the Funding Zone since day one. We appreciate so much what you and Ed Weaver do, and your belief in us. I can't thank you. Mentioning Geisinger Healthcare, long-time sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
The Academy, the Coaches Academy, and we're trying to host, we're trying to have to make money. This is not a money maker for us. This is about bringing something to the Northeast that never has been done before. And you take a look around and you see all of the exhibitors that have come from all over the country.
They really have.
Yeah, they really have to be here in Northeast, Pennsylvania as a part of it. All of our sponsors make it possible for us to put all the food on, the show for 2 days. Many of the coaches that are here are guys that some of them, and I want to name drop, I don't know where he's at, but I just saw Coach Rich Pinello from Dallas a few minutes ago. Going back 25 years since I've been working with Coach Pinello since he's been at King's College, or when he was at King's. And,
yep.
That's what this event is about. We're seeing old friends, we're bringing guys together, we're thanking guys for being part of the Funny Zone family and now the Glass family for a long time. And we're just really appreciative of all the support.
What's really great is the speakers that are here. We have speakers from FBS right down through high school, and it's still not too late. If there's any coaches out there watching, it's not too late. You can come here this afternoon, this evening, tomorrow. Come on over.
There's walk-up registration, and shout out in a sense to our youth coaches. Like, we've had some youth coaches show up today. This is a great event for youth coaches to come and hear some amazing speakers. So yeah, registration is still open. If you're out there listening, please stop by and see us this weekend. But the speakers in general, I have to thank Bill Reese, Lackawanna College, coordinator of Lackawanna College.
Hold on, we got to switch you.
You got to switch me out? Okay.
Just hang on. Nope, leave it there.
Yeah, while you're doing that, guys, like to talk about the speaker element. To be involved in college athletics and sitting at the AFCA and having conversations that really had the feel of what the hallways were like at those national conventions, where guys were really intimate, talking about what was successful to them, how they do it, and guys exchanging. I was just in the last room, and guys are literally, there's 50 guys in there talking about exactly to the detail what they do and how they be successful. And you can't get that at a national convention. Guys are 400 in an audience. They're a little intimidated, and guys going through his PowerPoint that he prepared, that his GA prepared, and he's not sure what he's showing.
We've seen a little bit of everything happen at this clinic over the past couple of years. Sometimes you have to fill in spots because the guy couldn't make it. Just all kind of stuff. But the greatest thing is just the quality of the speakers that are here, and the size of the rooms are just right here. The food is good. The vendors are great. Everybody gets to know. It's kind of like a brotherhood. Is what it creates. It creates a brotherhood when you come to these clinics, and I can't stress that enough to coaches. There's some coaches out there that are like, I don't need to go to a clinic. Well, listen, if Jim Roth goes to a clinic every year,
right?
And Jim Roth has won a whole bunch of state championships. So if him and his whole staff go to a clinic,
you should be going.
You probably should be going to a clinic.
Yeah,
too.
and as Tom touched on, that was part of our vision when we were looking at bringing an event to town, that to be able to have speakers that could bring information that coaches at the high school level could use, and to have that atmosphere where there's 40 guys in a room and not 400 guys or thousands of guys, and they could just sit there, talk ball, and we have some breakout rooms with some whiteboards. They could go some chalk talk and stuff like that. But it's just been phenomenal. I was talking about Bill Reese there a minute ago. Billy's been Billy and Mark Duda, Coach Duda Lackawanna, have been a tremendous part of this clinic for the last 7 years. They're the ones that put our schedule together. They're the ones that help on that side of things. So no, I can't thank Coach Duda and Coach Reese at Lackawanna enough for helping us put this schedule together at the Coaches Academy.
Yeah, it's a great thing. Why don't you run down some of the names that are here?
Yeah, so everybody came out to support us locally, from Wilkes University, King's, Misericordia, Moravian made the trip up, Muhlenberg, and so forth. We have Monmouth University coming in. Coach Terwilliger, I'm looking at him across the room. East Stroudsburg University, they've been extremely supportive of us for many years now. A lot of Coach Terwilliger's staff is here. I mentioned Lackawanna. Westchester, Ernie McCook, Shepherd University is here. Coach Skylar Fultz was the head coach at King's College. He just had an opportunity to go back home to McDaniel College.
Yeah, I saw that.
So he is here. There's Lehigh, even on the high school side of things with Central York and Lampeter Strasburg, Jefferson Township. We have something for everyone here. We have one room going right now with offense, one defense, special teams, and so forth. So every single topic, in a sense, that high school coaches would like to listen and hear about that. We're offering a little bit of something for everyone.
And to your point, guys, football is always going to be about blocking, tackling, ball security, and the relationships. And if you're a great football coach, you understand the priority of those is relationships first. Because
Absolutely.
you can't, whether it's high school, college, professionals, guys excel when they have a great relationship. And how do you get a great relationship if you don't spend time with somebody? So I look at these guys and that meal, seeing guys talk to each other around the meal.
Yeah.
They're sitting there and it's like, what was better, the food or the relationships? Right. It's phenomenal. And
we're joking about that, Tom. Like at the end of right before the last session was getting ready to start, we're trying to get guys into the rooms with this to listen to the session, but it's because they're having a good time and seeing guys they haven't seen in a long time, and having a good lunch and just whatever. And it's just been a tremendous atmosphere so far today, and looking forward to the rest of the weekend.
I've really tried to push that with when I talk to the coaches across the state. Like, it's so important. Like last year, we had you guys come down, and we got you guys involved with District 12, trying to get District 12. They didn't understand the fellowship, how important that is with coaches across the state. I mean, like we have a couple of guys like Matt Grolhall is here from Winburn, all the way, almost to the other side of the state. He drove 3 hours to come in here, and it's because he gets to talk to coaches, and you create this fellowship. We got guys from Forest Hills. Nick Felix came in from Penn Cambria.
Justin Myers, Forest Hills. Yeah, these are guys that drove 3.5 hours to be here.
Yeah, and of course we have Sean Leota came in from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, and trust me, it's not like and again, we talk about this isn't a money making event for us. It's not even for the coaches either. I mean, they're not driving 4 hours for a paycheck to speak. Like they're driving 4 hours to talk ball, see some guys and give back.
That's right.
So thank a lot of our speakers that have traveled a long way to be here today.
I agree. Yeah. So while we're at it here, let's just talk about it. The main reason you're here is what? You're the funding zone, and this is the funding zone. We got the website on the screen right now. Talk about the funding zone and how it works.
Yeah. So it's crazy now to think that I'm 20-something years in now with the funding zone, but we are a fundraising company for high school sports programs, youth organizations. But our bread and butter for years has always been high school football. And, we have multiple types of fundraisers that high school teams can use to help their programs. And primarily for many years, it was the traditional discount card. And, a lot of programs have made a fortune over the years, a lot of money by selling their discount cards, their hometown card, customized logo, schedule, and a lot of business offerings on the back, discounts and stuff. And the kids do well selling and so forth. And then you have your traditional fundraisers with your tumblers and, cookie dough, popcorn, stuff like that. And they're all tremendous fundraisers, don't get me wrong. But we have been, up until recently, the discount card has been our main fundraiser. And, it's crazy to think that 20-something years later, the cards are just as popular and powerful as ever, especially now with, prices increasing tremendously everywhere and people looking to save money. So people purchase a card, they are supporting the team, but they're also saving money, by using their card for local discounts and so forth. And, we have programs that raise anywhere between $5,000 and $25,000 by selling our discount cards. So it is a tremendous program. But, a few years back, obviously, we knew that the space was kind of gearing towards online and virtual fundraisers and so forth. And, I like to think of it was just meant to be. I bumped into the gentleman next to me at a clinic out in Pittsburgh. And, I was kind of learning what he was doing with Blast Athletics and the online platform. And, I just said, hey, listen, is this something that Blast could possibly offer to another fundraising company to kind of use as a fundraiser, kind of white label it? And no, but, maybe we could talk, and it would have to be the right fit, Mike. If it's the right fit, maybe we'd be willing to talk with the funding zone. And I still remember this. I looked at Tom, I said, we're the right fit, Tom. And you fast forward 3 years, and we've established a tremendous relationship. But the Blast technology and what that has been able to do for football programs in Pennsylvania is unreal. I see you have Pittsburgh Central Catholic up there. And their total amount raised ended up being a little over $56,000 last year. But even, we're in Northeast PA, and so if I have Northeast Pennsylvania examples, I know Coach Randy Spencer is here from Wyoming area. They were well into the teens the last 2 years. Jim Thorpe, Lake Lehman, Honesdale's here. Dallas, I mentioned, Pittston area, Southern Columbia, obviously. These programs, there goes Justin Van Fleet. He's a part of our Blast results. But the Blast technology has just transformed fundraising here, and nationwide, but especially for us in Pennsylvania. I'll let Tom kind of speak of specifics on how the platform works, but anybody that's out there listening, if you think the Funding Zone is a discount card company and you're not interested in that, please reach out to us and let us explain the Blast platform, because it's more than just fundraising, even the communication platform that comes with it. We are using it all weekend at the Coaches Academy. Every coach is a part of the Blast app. We've had some schedule changes this afternoon with some speakers that couldn't make it, and it's easy for us to just go right onto the messaging system of Blast, the communication side, send out a message, schedule change. Every attendee here today picks up their phone, they look at, okay, there's a schedule change, and they have it. So I'll let Tom maybe get into some more specifics on how Blast works. But again, if you're out there listening and you need a fundraiser, please reach out, because this Blast technology is absolutely unbelievable.
And before you even go any farther, you don't have to be a sports program to be a part of this, do you?
No.
Like, for instance, for me, I'm going to be contacting you soon for my church youth group.
Yeah.
So, if you are an organization, whether you're a nonprofit organization or a profit organization, contact these guys. You can raise a lot of money.
Yeah, Rudy Hireling was just sitting here. He's one of our guys out in New Jersey. He has an ROTC that launched their Blast group last week, and Tom, if I'm not mistaken, I think they're around $28,000. ROTC, 1 week, $28,000.
Yeah, and the part that is really unique is that, like, everything when you started the cards, it was really about the experience of the relationship of stepping out and shaking someone's hand and say, hey, can you help our program? Can we help the local business? That relationship part, right? Why'd you do it? Why did grandma buy cards from the grandchild? She loves the kid, right? And then what really, struck a nerve with me as a college football coach and as a high school coach is that it's all about that connection, that relationship. And what the owner of Blast did, Thomas Powell did, was he took all of his little nephews and nieces' experiences and said, well, this got to be a better way to do this. Right. And so he's a Silicon Valley guy, real smart. And so he combined everything that we need. Our biggest pain points as coaches, and I'll say as me because I use it for all my kids, is it all comes down to, as a coach, I need to communicate. Right. Like you said, speakers change, things happen. How do we communicate with coaches at an event right now? Because the schedule's printed, but we know how life is.
Yeah, things change.
Yep. And you got to be able to adapt and move immediately. And that's what a platform like this, and as a coach, you think about your own program, parents come and go, and as a coach, you got to have a system set up so that way it transcends the change that you experience. And you think about inside of your biggest pain points, communication's number one, parents not knowing when something's happened, coach doesn't tell me anything. Well, when you put it on Blast, it gives them automatic reminders, 6-hour, 24-hour reminders, they can control that. Next thing is, well, I need money. Okay, well, you can do the card thing, yep, but I don't have all my kids there. That's okay. Well, we'll do something even better, though, because we're a tech company. We'll go out, load up cell phones, emails, we'll blast them out. Great play on words. Blast them out. The system will scrub the information to make sure it's valid, to ensure deliverability, and now when they come in, they get an invitation from a nice little video, and then you're not done after you give your money. Because now you can see your grandson, your granddaughter, your niece, your nephew, your neighbor. You can see them in a weekly automated update. Taking all that thing off. When I was a college coach and when I was a high school coach, we made newsletters. We engaged people and gave back. Because it was all about relationships before it was about funds. So the Blast automated that. When I met Thomas, I told him, I said, you would have saved me like 20 hours a week. I don't get that back. But I'm glad, I'm grateful that I get to go forward though.
Right.
And help coaches go. And there's coaches when you show them, they're like, well, we've always done this though. And I'm like, I get it, right? Right. But you're here because you're at a clinic because you want to improve. Blast is that next evolution.
It is
of consolidation, giving you back your most precious thing, which is time, and then adding to the most next necessary thing, which is funds.
It's like when you tell a coach you can raise money, thousands of dollars, by doing just about literally nothing. How can you turn that down?
Yeah, and it's these programs now, as Tom said, the kids and the coaches are able to connect with family, friends, and be outside of their community. Yeah. So, that was the biggest hurdle we always had with the funding zone, with the discount card, that you could only sell them in town.
Right.
Okay. With Blast, and don't get me wrong, we know that there's, 100 fundraising companies that are all out there trying to do certain things, but no one has the technology of what Blast has and what Thomas has developed. So what happens, these kids are contacting loved ones, friends, family, neighbors, whoever it might be outside the area. Doesn't matter where they're at.
It takes away your limit.
Right. Yeah. So, and it takes away, the local aspect of it. Everyone is helping support the kids, but beyond that, it's not as if they are sending something to one of the kids or a donation to the team and they're never being heard from again. Okay. Right. Every week, the Blast platform is sending updates to all of their donors.
That's right.
From score results, highlights, pictures, whatever it might be. So you could have a grandmother, say in Florida, that donated to a high school football program here in Scranton, and every Monday she's going to get an update of what happened on Friday night. And that technology is just unbelievable what we've done with Blast.
Well, I know we're in beautiful Scranton, PA, right? Spring sports, there's no snow on the ground. Right. But I'm telling you what, in Michigan, we're blessed because this is like the first spring we haven't started with snow on the ground. And so we have situations where families won't even come to the first 2 or 3 games because it's so cold, right? So now everything comes to them.
They found out. They find out. And the other thing is, and I don't know, maybe you guys haven't even thought of this or not. I see a lot of programs who say, when I push the funding zone, I say, hey, they say, well, we're only allowed to have 1 or 2 fundraisers because, we're crushing on the community. Well, with the Blast, you're not crushing the community at all. I mean, you're reaching outside the community with the Blast right away.
Right. Because, you want to hear a story of it? We can go going on.
Let's face it. Let's face it. So Johnny's a quarterback at Franklin High. And what are the odds of his entire family living right there in town? Right. Very small in today's world. So he's going to send you 20 contacts, and 16 or 17 of them are from outside of the school district. So I think that's a big advantage they have. So they don't have to worry about pressuring or putting too much pressure on their base with football, lacrosse, and basketball. So they're not doing it.
Right. And what you just touched on was a paradigm shift of how we do things and how we see the world.
Right.
Like we talk about the fact that our world is becoming less barriered. Well, now this is just an example of a fundraising way to leverage that. I'll give you every year we have coaches say, well, we don't have a lot of money in our community. We don't have that. I mean, this is exactly why you want to do a platform like ours, because it's not about your community. It's about the people that left and went out, but they care about where they came from, right? And so I'll give you one guy real quick. He was like, he turned me down his first year. He's like, no, we don't have anything. You're 100% free and reduced. There's no money in our community. It's really bad. Next year, he's like, all right, let's try this. And there was 28 kids in the middle of nowhere in Nevada, and they raised $18,000, and he could not believe it. But if you looked at his, because we have tracking, you could see where all of his money was coming from. It was the alumni and the families that were hours and states away. And so it was an amazing thing to see the power of their love for their community, for where they came from. Yeah.
I see a perfect example walking here in front of me. I mean, I don't want to mention names here, but a longtime football coach here in our area. Actually, believe it or not, I coached him when he was a baseball player at Pittston area a long time ago. But he's up in the middle of the mountains, and they don't have a lot of
businesses
there. Yeah.
Right.
But I'll tell you what. you look on the results sheet, and $18,000 he raised with Blast. And not only did he raise that, but he is such a believer in the communication platform that he uses Blast exclusively now to communicate with his players every single day. You know, off season right now, every day you'll see a message about, oh, hey, weight room update, this is what we're doing today, and this fundraiser's coming up for whatever it might be, discount cards and so forth. So every day he's using the platform for communication purposes in addition to money. And on top of it, you know, we have our team stores that are linked to it as well. So, you know,
consolidation, right?
Consolidation, we like to believe it's, you know, there's no reason in a sense now for a coach to try to go anywhere else. You know, from fundraising to communication, team stores, you know, everything else, we are able to service them and help them, you know, with everything they could possibly
need. When you
need.
talk about like something that a coach has never had the ability to do before, I had the dubious honor of when I came from college to take over a high school program, they handed me an Excel sheet of alumni from the previous 20 years. And when I told guys about that at other clinics, they're like, there's no way my high school has a list of anybody, let alone 20 years from now. And that was a very unique situation. Yep. So I had an email alumni list.
Right.
Well, with Blast being a database like we are and going forward, every kid that you now have on Blast is now an alumni going forward, wrapped up in communication, so that way you can talk to them fewer.
You're creating a database.
Yeah.
So, guys, I mean, like, I appreciate you guys coming on the show today. It's great to help people learn how to raise funds. And, Mike, thanks for throwing this. I'm going to call it a party, a coaching party. It's a great time. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I appreciate too, Billy, everything you do for us. I really can't thank you enough. So
we love doing it. Coming up in a few minutes, we're going to have Mike Farr from the Schuylkill Haven Hurricanes and also the PSFCA. But right now, we're going to step away from the Coaches Academy Coaching Clinic, sponsored by the Funding Zone and Blythe Athletics, and we'll be right back after these messages from our sponsors.
Circle W Sports is the complete all-in-one platform for high school sports, designed by former athletes, coaches, and athletic directors. Circle W Sports gives school and team personnel an easier solution to run their entire athletic departments with the help of these features. League Manager makes creating master schedules a breeze. Configure your divisions, build schedules, track league all-stars, and much, much more. Referee Manager helps assign and track game officials in the same platform. And with RefPay, your officials can get paid within hours instead of days or weeks. Enjoy live scoring and statistical services through our Performance Tracker and Stat Tracker apps. Learn how to track your workout or camp and combine statistics in real time. Then create any type of report after your results are tallied. The Stat Tracker app helps keep your fans involved, whether they are in the stands or at home, with live in-game stats. For more information, visit CircleWSports.com, the official online platforms of PA Football News and the PSFCA Big 33.
I would recommend becoming an official because you can feel like you're a part of a sport that you love.
We officiate for the athletes and for the sport that we love, and so as long as you keep them first, then it's going to be a great experience.
So the money I've made from officiating for the past few years, I've put all that money into savings to pay to finish my college education. In 6 months, when I complete that, I will not be in any debt.
Officiating the state championship and getting that call to officiate the state championship was an emotional thing for me, just because of what I've been through, you know, the ups and downs, and getting that call really meant a lot to me. Sometimes I see student athletes that I officiated years and years ago, and they say, "Man, you did a great job. Thanks for everything you've done."
My name is Carlos Bradley. I'm a former NFL player and currently chairman of Safer Sports. What is Safer Sports? We are a soft shell technology company. Our product, the Safer Helmet Cover, has been tested at Virginia Tech Helmet Lab and is proven to reduce the risk of concussion by as much as 77%. So if you have a youth league, a high school or a college, and you want to be safer, get in touch with Safer Sports.
Yeah, go route. It's been phenomenal. I think just the ability when you got guys from all over the state and everyone's got things going on and trying to get organized and practice. Taking the language out of the offense and just giving these guys the ability to just go and learn on the fly from it. It's my first experience ever with it, and it's phenomenal. I would certainly use it.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Michael Sikoski from the Funding Zone, the #1 fundraising company in the state of Pennsylvania. If you need help raising funds for your program, please contact us at 570-885-0900. Thank you.
The Cobalt Plus headset system delivers proven performance along with more users, more flexibility. That's why coaches across Pennsylvania trust Cobalt Plus. CoachCom makes tough headset systems for tough teams. We build headsets to help teams win. Call or click to learn more about Cobalt Plus from the proven leader in football communications.
I had to remind him I bought 4 balls last year.
All right, we're live. Here we are. Back at the Coaches Academy clinic. Sitting next to me is the famous, infamous, Mike Farr, an executive director or something like that from the BSFCA. And he's the head coach of the Schuylkill Haven Hurricanes. Multi-personalities, does everything. But I'm going to be serious, Mike. Welcome to the show.
Thanks.
One of the things that I find on a philanthropy, I mean, like last year, I'm looking at the computer, like the bicycles.
Yeah, that Christmas thing we do is awesome. Yeah, it is. It's a lot of fun.
So how important is stuff like that to a football? But you have to have that stuff.
Well, to me, it's beyond football, right? So it's I get a lot more joy out of going around and seeing those kids happy at that time of the year, than probably they do getting the gifts that I give. But for me, living in a small community, it's all about trying to do whatever you can to give back to the community in the whole. So yeah, I mean, for me, it's always in my forefront. I always try to figure out, how can I improve the conditions of the players, not just on my team, but in the county. And just doing the little things that we can to help improve Schuylkill County is really what it's all about.
Yeah, we've been talking about that a lot lately due to some events that are happening. You'll talk about that a little later on, but you're a big advocate for not just for your area.
Yeah.
You're an advocate. That's important.
Yeah.
So, like, when I talk to Mike Farr, he's like, "Oh yeah, it's Schuylkill County. There's nothing like it."
There isn't. I travel everywhere, right? I travel everywhere. So, there's just something unique about Schuylkill County. I call it the Scoop because it's just short.
So does everybody.
But there is something unique about Schuylkill County and the heritage, the traditions, the diversity of culture. Everyone always talks very highly about their own areas, but I can tell you that when the chips are down, the residents of Schuylkill County really pull together and do what they can for not just their neighbors, not just their area basketball teams, football teams, baseball teams, whatever, girls track. But there's just something special about it that when you go away to other places and you talk to other people, they're just astonished and amazed that, just like when I talk about my program, one of the first things they say is when they ask me to explain what Schuylkill Haven's all about, I say, well, what you need to know, there's one red light coming in, there's another red light going out, and everything inside of it is, it's truly just special. The events, the people, the opportunities they give each other when people are in need or when it's just a great opportunity for someone else. So I like using the platform that I have to be able to give back, and I want to live this. I want my legacy. I want my legacy to be much more than just I was a football coach. So I just try to do a little bit that I can.
Talk about my club. There's some other coaches. So, Mike, you're also with the PS.
Mm-hmm.
You'd like to see the membership higher. So tell coaches out there right now why. Why should you become a member of the PSFCA?
Well, first of all, the number one reason why you should be a member of the PSFCA is being a member brings a $1 million liability policy that whether I'm coaching football or, I'm helping out at a social event or I'm running a camp, or if something occurs, and let's face it, in today's day and age, you just never know.
That's right.
I know that not only myself, but all of my coaches, because I have a staff membership, all of my coaches in my organization all have a liability policy they can fall back on if by chance that would ever happen to us. So just that alone is a great, it's just a great thing, and it's a great feeling having that. But it's like any other group or organization. We have several committees. We run combines around the state. We pick the Big 33 and the East-West All-Star teams. One of our committees of the PSFCA is the Big 33, which is there's never been a Super Bowl without a player from the Big 33. So, there's just a lot of different things that we do. We have a great, from the Big 33 side of the committee, we have a great buddy program and, just different events and how we interact with that group. And just, we try to be the leaders in our sport. So, yeah, just overall, right. I mean, it's just like any, the word that always comes to the top of my mind is like a union, but
right.
There's 564 schools in the state of Pennsylvania and football schools. And we want to, our hope being a member is to try to reach that threshold of all 100% of those schools. And really just enhance the opportunities for our players and coaches across the entire state.
The other thing that I think of when it comes to the PSFCA is, if you get everybody on board, you have someone who represents the coaches at the PIAA.
Yep.
But this would give you, like, if you could get all 564 on board, there's a huge voice.
Right, we have one seat, so we're one seat of whatever,
right.
22 or something. So we have an opportunity to, from a football standpoint, bring ideas, bring not fresh ideas, enhance old rules, if you will. Again, trying to do everything we can to enhance the players and coaches, their performance, their practice. Like right now, one of the things one of our committees in the PSFCA is looking at is our off season. We feel that the last several years when we reduced and we ended up having a week 0 now. We used to have 2 weeks of football camp. Now we have 1 week of football camp in full pads and then 1 week of heat acclimatization, which is kind of like a progression to put shoulder pads on. So what we're doing is we're trying to work on different ideas, because we believe that ever since we made that change, that our players aren't getting enough prep time that they need to not just acclimatize to the heat, but acclimatize to their pads. We don't think they're getting enough contact that prepares them for, their first scrimmage or first game where it's full contact. I mean, literally, my program alone, my guys get 4 2-a-day practices of contact, and then a day kind of off, and then we go full 100% contact. I'm not sure how you get a high school football player prepared for full contact with, say 6 to 8 contact practices. I'm just not sure how you do that. So that's one of the initiatives we have going on this summer.
Yeah, so I mean, there's many different reasons to join the PSFCA. The session has come to an end, the current session, and so has our time with Mike Farr here. I always enjoy having Mike Farr on the show. We're here at the Coaches Academy Clinic. Mike, thanks for coming on board, talking about a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
Yep.
I appreciate you, and we'll be right back after these messages from some of our sponsors.
Circle W Sports is the complete all-in-one platform for high school sports, designed by former athletes, coaches, and athletic directors. Circle W Sports gives school and team personnel an easier solution to run their entire athletic departments with the help of these features. League Manager makes creating master schedules a breeze. Configure your divisions, build schedules, track league all-stars, and much more. Referee Manager helps assign and track game officials in the same platform. And with RefPay, your officials can get paid within hours instead of days or weeks. Enjoy live scoring and statistical services through our Performance Tracker and Stat Tracker apps. Learn how to track your workout or camp and combine statistics in real time. Then create any type of report after your results are tallied. The Stat Tracker app helps keep your fans involved, whether they are in the stands or at home, with live in-game stats. For more information, visit CircleWSports.com, the official online platforms of PA Football News and the PSFCA Big 33.
CoachComm is the proven and trusted leader in coaching communications. For over 30 years, we've built our business on innovation and winning, with the goal to equip your team with the best coaching communication available. 97% of all FBS programs and thousands of high schools and colleges across the U.S. choose CoachComm because CoachComm has the experience and the know-how to provide the very best in technology and winning solutions.
Go route. It's been phenomenal. I think just the ability when you got guys from all over the state and everyone's got things going on and trying to get organized in practice. Taking the language out of the offense and just giving these guys the ability to just go and learn on the fly from it. It's my first experience ever with it, and it's phenomenal. I would certainly use it.
My name is Carlos Bradley. I'm a former NFL player and currently chairman of Safer Sports. What is Safer Sports? We are a soft shell technology company. Our product, the Safer Helmet Cover, has been tested at Virginia Tech Helmet Lab and is proven to reduce the risk of concussion by as much as 77%. So if you have a youth league, a high school or college, and you want to be safer, get in touch with safersports.com.
All right, we're back. And I got to turn the volume down. All right, we're back here at the Coaches Academy Clinic. Sitting next to me, we talk about our sponsors. One of our great sponsors is Kevin James from Sports Paradise. Kevin, welcome to the show. Glad to have you on here, and tell us a little bit about what you offer as far as your product.
Pretty much at Sports Paradise, we offer a full assortment of apparel, uniforms, coaches gear, team websites, and most importantly, equipment. A lot of special incentives for coaches this time of year. A lot of different packages. We have an Under Armour package, a 6-piece set for $155. We sell Gatorade. We're a small family-owned business, but we do a ton of business, and we just like to be involved with the community and these coaches.
So, talk about some of your products. I'm going to pull one or two up here right now on the screen while we talk. While we sit here and talk, and give me a couple of seconds to pull it up here. And there we are. So right now we're looking at one of your products here that you're offering.
It's a great 5-piece package there. 4 pieces for $55. You really can't beat it. Minimum of 24 sets. It's perfect for the summer workouts. Some teams use it for 7-on-7 workouts, but it's a great way to get kids some gear. It's relatively inexpensive. The turnaround time on it's about 2 weeks right now. The other one you have showing there is the Nike or Under Armour hoodies. Running a crazy special there. Up to a 2-color logo for $40 a piece. If people order at the show, I can do it for $35. There's a minimum of 24 pieces. So if you want to get that in. And then we also are doing a camp shirt, a dry fit, generic camp shirt for $7.95. It's perfect for, just at the camps. One thing we do a huge amount of business with this time of year is Gatorade packages. There's 3 different packages we do. Several programs that are here today have actually purchased them already. They're ready in stock. They ship out within a week. It's a great way to hydrate your athletes, give them a little bit more energy with the bars. It's a great way to end the workout and a session. For people that need something a little bit more fancier, sublimation is really a hot topic these days. I have a company out there they call 5-Day Turnaround Tee Sublimation. Pretty much you can design anything you want on it. If you have a sponsor, we can throw that on there. Kid's name, number, it's all inclusive to one price point. When I say 5-Day tee, it's ships within 5 business days from the day you approve it, right to your doorstep. So a little bit different items. We're offering sublimated Crocs. You can customize these Crocs program. The best thing about it is you can do as little as 1, or you can do 1,000 of them. It just really depends on what your program is. It's great, another great program to do. Booster clubs love selling these. Nice and comfortable. Kids in the locker room can relax after the game also. And then the biggest hot topic is uniforms. Some vendors are still available for delivery before the season. A company called Garb, a company called Under Armour, you all know, Speedline, Rawlings are all available right now for delivery. Under Armour is about a 7/22 ship date right now, but that window is going to close soon. Garb Athletic and Speedline, they're about 4 to 5 weeks, but it may get backed up as we get a little bit closer to your sessions. That's no more.
All right, we don't have that anymore.
But anyway, we like to be the one-stop shop for everything for the most part. The only thing we don't do are helmets and shoulder pads. We can do full line, team shoes or cleats, whatever you want to do. We're readily accessible, and like I said before, we're a family-owned business, so you're either dealing direct with me or one of the owners. There's no in-between, no 800 number you got to call, no we'll get back to you in a week. We get back to you within a day at the most. And if I don't get back to you, it means either I'm sick or something bad's happened. So,
believe me, he'll get back to you. I don't have any problem getting a hold of him, but anything you need, I mean, we really push your uniforms and stuff like that. Kevin, we appreciate you coming over here and getting a chance to plug your stuff for you, and I hope the rest of this clinic goes well for you and you load up on new customers.
I appreciate the opportunity. Thanks for the time.
All right, thanks for coming on.
Bye.
All right, we're going to come right back with some really special guests from a company right here you see the logo, Safer Sports. We're going to talk to him for a little bit and find out how to keep your players safe. But we'll be right back after these messages.
At PAFootballNews.com, we've got you covered. If you're looking for the best coverage of high school football in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, check out PAFootballNews.com. From schedules to rankings, game coverage to Friday night scoreboard, live streams, and more, PA Football News is the one-stop shop for everything high school football in Pennsylvania. Follow us on Twitter at PAFootballNews and visit us at PAFootballNews.com. We got you covered.
Clock is going to keep it. Whitlock up the middle. There he goes!
All right, we're back at the Coaches Academy Clinic. Hey, I got a... I hope Carlos is watching. We have SAFR on the screen right now. Why don't we just right? What is Safer Sport? And what is...
Absolutely. Thanks for having us. So Safer Sports is we're a safety innovation company, and our mission is to make football safer. So we have a shell cover which attaches directly to your helmet. You put it on the first day of practice. You don't take it off till the end of the season. You put your decal, your stripe on it, and it has, we've shown in tests that it does reduce the risk of concussion up to 77%.
important is it to invest in safety?
I mean, everything I've got in life has been from football. I started playing at 8 years old. It drove me to become a teacher, and I was a head football coach. I've coached high school football for 25 years. So without having football, the opportunity to participate in team sports, a lot of the values I got in life and things that taught me how to live my life correctly, I went and got. So from the most basic perspective of what kind of person you get and the development of the character you get, it's important to have safety, to have kids play football so they can learn those values.
Have on the screen right now. UFL,
UFL, yes. Yep. Yep. Yeah, we had the USFL last year, and we combined with the USFL and the XFL, and it was important for them to stay with us. So all 8 teams have the shell and are going to be wearing it. No, it's a fantastic product. When I had the opportunity, like I said, I was a head football coach for 10 years. I'm a former high school, middle school principal. And I can tell you one thing about high school kids today: if it doesn't have drip, don't have swag, they ain't going to wear it. So if it doesn't look good, they're going to push back on coaches today. My coach would have said you wore it or you go stay in the stands. You don't coach kids like that today for the most part. So kids like it. We have many teams. The team where I work in Mount Olive, in Morris County, New Jersey, they actually wear the shell. They were fortunate enough to win the state championship this year. They put it on day one, did not take it off.
Think about the shell. Tell us a little bit about what it does for you as far as saving.
So the shell covers your entire helmet. So after you purchase it, when it covers the whole helmet, a couple things that are the advantages outside of the safety value it gives you. From a financial standpoint, it saves on reconditioning. When you send your helmet to the reconditioner, it has decal stripes. They're going to charge you $10 to peel that off, and then they're going to charge you $10 to paint, or $25 to $40 to paint your helmet. Your stripes, your decals go on the shell, and then the shell does not have to be reconditioned. It can just be wiped down with a cloth, and you store it. So that money you're saving on painting your helmet goes towards other things that you may need for your program. Yeah. It is spring-loaded in 4 points. We make and model specific helmet. So if you come to me and say, Jim, we have 100 Rydell Speed Flexes, your model, your make will be for that helmet and for the size. He said, I got 30 smalls, 40 larges, 30 mediums. You'll get size specific. They're a match for the helmet, for the size, for the vents, and so it's a perfect match for that.
Talk about some of the customers that you have.
Well, yeah. We have Virginia Tech. We have the great thing is, you see there, just scroll with Caden Moore. He is one of the co-captains at Virginia Tech. He wore it in games last year. If you go to our website, he has a great quote, something to the effect like, I wore it all year to protect myself. I'm just going to keep it on game day. That's him carrying the flag out at Virginia Tech. So multiple players of Virginia Tech wore it. We have North Carolina State's in it, University of Pitt, Boston College, and now guys are coming left and right. You can see on your screen there, that's our one of our co-owners, CEO, John, we call him Ziggy. We were fortunate enough to be a sponsor at the U.S. Army High School All-American game this year in Frisco, Texas. All players wore it. We made a white shell and a black shell for them, and all 80 athletes wore it. We got some great feedback from the kids and the coaches. On the website, you can go, you can see some of the quotes. We have some live during game interviews that Zig did, and you can see that kids were really, really receptive to it.
It's a great product. We don't put products on our website unless we approve of that product. Myself, people in sports. Why take a chance?
That's it. Why take a chance, The days of just coaching the kids is over. Like, it's a bigger picture now in life and society. And, the Virginia Tech study, the data that we got back from that, the scores were just something like when you go to a coach and you walk in a room, you show them the product, and then you show them the scores, and you say, Coach, a student whose helmet on the back of the head, we can reduce the risk of concussion by up to 80% on that hit. I mean, that's a no-brainer. It's hard to argue with that, and it's hard not to justify to get that in your program.
Whatever it was.
Right. City All-Star game. Phillies, the City All-Star game.
Yes, I can quite do it. There was some hard hitting. There's been a lot of video out.
No, it does. Yeah, it is secure. It's a simple but smart design. It's effective. Like I said, we had at the U.S. Army Bowl game, we had 80 of the top kids. Kids were going to Texas, LSU, Ohio State. You had some big athletic individuals, and even though it was an all-star game, there was, the proof who was the alpha was happening, and nothing, no feedback, negative, no helmets come off. It's a product that lasts. It's a product that's effective and helps reduce concussion, and it helps kids stay on the field and play the game we all love. Yep. So, yeah, we took it.
About it. It was, I've been saying all season long. I was saying it. It's talk to your coaches, tell them to get it. You can find their information right.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. That's it. We have, we have. If you go to the website, drive to the website, we have some great clinical data there too. The Virginia Tech lab, like I said, they've showed a reduction. Back of the head is 80% risk reduction. 65% risk of reduction of a concussion, and front 13%. We have a great study at Penn State. One of the things that jumped out at me, two things, is they did a study for a year, and 3 times a week a student athlete gets a blow over 80 Gs. 3 times a week. That was before they put our product on. After our product was on, it went down to 0.8. That's a 72% reduction. Yeah. And then there's the subconcussive blows above 85 Gs. 101 times a week a student athlete gets a hit. With our helmet, it went down to 47%.
That is just crazy. It's amazing how that is. But
right.
Kevin, hey, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you, man.
And I appreciate having you on your show. We're gonna take a break. We're gonna come back. Thanks, Jim, for being here. We're gonna come back with Doug Dahms and Bruce Harbaugh from Schuylkill Valley. We'll be right back after these messages from some of our great sponsors.
Southern Columbia, the state's longest losing streak.
They had lost 26 games in a row at one point.
If you looked in the crystal ball then and see where Jimmy Roth has that program now.
12 state championships.
Wow, what a story that is.
We're not talking about anybody matching what Southern Columbia does. Not in Pennsylvania, but not even in the country.
Jim Roth, he is the winningest coach in Pennsylvania.
Years. And lost every single game. Went 0-10 for 40 years. He would still have a winning record.
The Tigers of Southern Columbia.
We're alive to witness something that's probably never going to happen again in high school sports in Pennsylvania.
Not only are they winning, but they're mercy ruling.
We went out believing that we could not be beat, and that we were going to mercy rule every team.
I saw kids from area schools that would come to watch them play and line up to get autographs.
They've won 5 in a row, twice now, and you don't want to be the team to lose that.
Southern Columbia 3 losses in the regular season, something very rare.
You know, last time a team in this program lost even 2 games.
I'm sorry, man. But how are they going to respond to this adversity?
This is the biggest game you ever played. Let's go!
Win or lose, you're going to remember this game for a long time.
This is getting ridiculous, folks.
Everyone thinks that we're the underdog.
They didn't see me on the field that game.
This was a Southern Columbia team that looked dead with 3 losses.
They've built a very good program in such a powerful football state.
And the PIAA wants to make them AAA. Their argument is, we don't want to see this.
People hate a Burke because we always won. You know, they always hate someone that always wins.
Other programs get better. Get better.
Take it out of these guys right now.
Southern Columbia is shooting for a record 6th consecutive state championship.
Well, how's it going to play out? What's the ending?
State champs on 3. 1, 2, 3, state champs.
Okay, welcome back to the Coaches Academy Clinic, and 2 special guests with me from District 3. I've got on my far right Bruce Harbaugh from Schuylkill Valley, and right next to me is a legend.
The legend is right.
And a few minds, and maybe a couple of bucks. Doug Doms from Wilson, the Bulldogs. Welcome to the show, guys. And
Good to be here.
How's the clinic so far?
Good. I really like this clinic because you got a lot of D3, D2 coaches that are dealing with our athletes and the problems we have. They don't have, I mean, the D1 guys, you know, we don't have all those blue chip. So we can't do some of the things they try to do, but these guys they figure it out. So
you had that guy a couple of years ago that was returning punts like crazy.
Yeah, he's up at Holy Cross. He was he was scary. I mean,
and Big 33, you know, he was on the Big 33 team.
5 of 6 punt returns. He fielded 6 punts. Because they wouldn't punt to him.
Yeah.
Out of bounds.
and 5, yeah.
They kicked him.
Yeah, so let's talk about where you're at right now as a program with the Bulldogs.
Where we're at, kids are working hard. You know, we've got we have our 0 first period elective class where they're all lifting. 2 mornings a week, the skill kids are in throwing, learning the routes, learning the concepts, and 2 mornings a week, the linemen are coming in. So everybody's working pretty hard. You know, we finished our plyo session in January and February, so spring sports started. So we have an awful lot of kids in spring sports. So
right.
Basically, it becomes morning now.
Yeah, and you have different problems to deal with than Bruce does over there. You've got a bigger roster, so it's easier to get some of the guys in your weight room. Bruce, what do you deal with right now, and how are things going for your team?
Well, first of all, to go back to your question about the clinic, I agree with Doug. High school coaches are more geared to Division II, Division III programs because it's more like what we do.
Right.
Rather, we don't have the big studs that they have at Division I level. So it's more on our line of what we're doing at the high school level. So I think that if you're a coach, especially a young coach, you want to go see a clinic, go to one where Division II, Division III junior colleges are presenting. I think you're going to get a lot more out of it.
Yeah. So what you guys don't have like Javen Williams on all those teams down in District 3?
Maybe Doug has more than I do, but you know.
You get those once in every couple of years.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So I would take Doug's thirds, and maybe we could develop into a decent program somewhere along the line.
Yeah. But, so things with the Panther, how's it going?
It's gone good. And Doug probably has some of the same problems. We had a good turnout for the first part of the winter season before spring sports started, and then all of a sudden, at a smaller school, we get a lot of kids involved in various sports. A lot of our skill kids now are running track, and a lot of our linemen are throwing. So right now, we went from about 30 kids on the off season consistently to about 10 right now. And most of them are junior high kids that are going to be 9th graders coming up that aren't involved in a spring sport. So that's the way we look at it. We understand that, and I say, I'm the type of coach, I'm sure Doug is too, that you go play as many sports as you want. You get exposed to various coaching philosophies, and you get to see them play and move on the court, move on the field from different coaches' perspectives. So I think we're in a good position right now. We've got a ton of, our best positions will be our skill kids coming back. We're loaded there. We lose everybody except our all-state tailbacks. So everybody's back. So we're looking forward to that. And I wish our line would develop a little bit more consistency in the weight room. We have a first period like Doug does at Wilson, and all of our football players are involved with that. So at least they're getting a consistent lift every day.
Yeah, that's a good thing. You just talked about like all the sports that your kids are going into. Doug, how important is it to you to have your kids involved in other sports and not just hang on football?
We really push cross training, go to the other sports. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. And just for the high school itself to be successful. We don't want to just be successful in football. We want to be successful in track. We want to be successful in basketball, baseball, lacrosse. So I would say 3/4 of our football team are multi-sport athletes. And we really push them.
Right. So like right now you see like Wyoming, they were perennial power in football. It almost seems like classes come through and it affects everything all the way through, like through all the seasons. Like Wyoming's, I think the girls basketball team is having a great year this year.
They're undefeated,
undefeated, right?
Yeah.
Yep. That's right. I talked about basketball. And Joe Gilloway, if you're watching, there are other sports that I have now conceded to it.
Wait, girls basketball.
And girls basketball.
Girls
yes.
basketball. And what about girls?
Talk about girls wrestling.
How amazing is that? Girls wrestling. They had their first state championships this year. That's an amazing thing, guys. We're not football people. We support sports in our schools, and it's really great to have the girls wrestling. It was good to see.
It was different.
It was different. Yeah.
I watched. There were some good matches.
Wilson years ago. We've had a couple of girls that wrestle with the boys' teams. Pretty successful. In some of the lighter weights. Unfortunately, they didn't have wrestling back then. But what was the Italian girl's name?
She went on to Olympics.
Yeah. And she was. She was like 60. She won like 2/3 of her matches.
Wow.
Yeah. It was wrestling against boys.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's crazy. So let's get back to football.
Yeah, good idea.
Let's get away from it. Your league, Doug, that you play in, brutal league. Especially this past year, you played some really tough teams.
It's you come out of our league as a league champion, you've got a good shot at winning districts and playing deep in the states. Obviously, Manheim Township the last couple of years has really been on a roll. Has had some really good players. This year I thought they should have won districts. They had Harrisburg by 3 scores and just
I don't know what happened there.
I don't know what happened there either because I really thought they'd play right to the state finals. That's how talented they were. They were big and strong up front, and their skill kids were off the charts. Then you throw Hempfield in there, and Penn Manor's on an upswing. So it's a bit of a barn burner, and then obviously the non-league is just as bad. So
we're gonna skip over, Bruce. I just looking on the website real quick, and so we just ran a special on that we do every year, the all academic team. How important is that for your players to see your players get on that team? You've got to have at least a 90 or above to make that team. How important is it to stress academics?
I think most coaches will agree that the best academic time is during the season of their sport. Because we keep just like every other school does. We keep up with their academics. We have 2 coaches especially for that, and our guidance department emails our grades out every week, and we're constantly on them. And this year, I think we only had maybe 1 or 2 kids that were ineligible all season long, which is compared to when I got there was 7 or 8. So we're constantly on them, and I think that's a big plus. They like to see. When you put out the academic team, I had parents saying, "Well, my son missed it. He was missed on that." Well, that was the previous marking period, and I have to tell them that. So I think I emailed you a couple more kids.
You did, and believe me, hey, listen, you don't know how many emails I get from coaches saying, "Oh, can you get this one on before I get my hide tanned?" I forgot to put this one on, and I'm in trouble.
Some of them come out too early, so they probably should wait till at least the first semester's over, the second market period's over.
That's why we always wait till February, and I always say, just use use the season that they were playing football in.
Right.
You know, because technically that's what really it is.
I think that's important.
One of the things that we stress, and I say it, my coaching staff knows, and I firmly believe, obviously we stress the academics, character building, that's very important to us.
Right.
But what else I say is smart kids get a lot better through the course of the season.
They do.
Kids that are not as intelligent or not as smart, not as focused, just kind of plateau.
And you're not saying there's not, your kids aren't smart. What you're saying is, what I believe you're saying is, if you keep your mind busy and keep learning, it keeps you sharp, and it makes you a better football player.
You become a better football player.
Yeah,
There's
I think
two ways about it.
the academics in classroom transcends into the football field or to the court or to wherever you're at.
And the work ethic.
And work ethic,
yeah.
I mean, that's, you know, our kids are, you know, we practice till 5:15, 5:30, and then we look at film, so they're not out until 6 o'clock, 6:15, and then they have to go home and budget their time and do their academics, and that takes a lot these days.
It does. All right, let's have a little fun. All right, Bruce, how long you been coaching?
47 years.
47, Doug?
49.
49. All right, you ready? What's the best game you ever coached in? Both of you.
Go ahead, Doug. I know mine.
Or your favorite game.
Well, one that we lost was the state finals against Upper St. Clair, where we had the ball. Kerry Collins was our quarterback.
Right.
Had the ball first and goal on the 3-yard line. And we had a really good tight end, and Brian McCarty was our tailback, who was phenomenal. And the tight end we ran a run-pass option. It was called an 18 read switch with the quarterback sprinting out, and he could have walked into the end zone, but Kerry wanted to throw the ball. Unfortunately, Brian McCarty's in the back of the end zone wide open, and Todd Bradburn ran the wrong route. Instead of running the shallow route, he ran the deep route. His guy sloughed right off, picked the ball off with, it was less than 2 minutes left in the game. And we lost 12-7.
Yeah.
That was very memorable.
It's heartbreaking because, like, you're standing there going, just run!
Yeah. I broke the headsets. I took the headset. I was up top, took the headsets off, slammed them down on the table, because he could have walked in. But, what are you going to do? You don't get too many opportunities like that.
Yeah, Bruce.
Then obviously the other memorable game was the Fog Bowl.
Oh, yeah. That was crazy.
Where you couldn't even see the play. The only reason we knew we wanted, our kids are jumping up and down, running off the field when he caught the ball, man, the back of the end zone. We couldn't see it.
Wow.
That was a pretty crazy game, too.
That is crazy. Go ahead.
I have a couple of them. First one was when we went to Section 1 in Lancaster Lebanon League, and Doug comes down and plays us at our place, and we had him, but we couldn't just punch it in at the 1 yard line to break their win streak. Oh my God, my wife was going crazy in the stands.
What was your running back's name?
Roman Clay.
Roman Clay. Yeah, I remember Roman.
Got this close.
But here's the kicker. We told our kids this is the play they're going to run, and he had our linebacker one-on-one on the outside.
And he cut it inside. And he cut it inside. So that was a memorable one. Going against a former school, that was awesome. And then of course there's two other ones. Was when we played West Catholic at Coatesville, and we thought we had Roman gets in the end zone. He fumbles the ball with like 3 minutes to go, and I thought, it's over. And then we go and they snap it over their head on the punt, so we get the ball at the 15-yard line and punch it in and win that game and go to the state championship. And then the following week, it was like 65 degrees at Coatesville that week, and the following week we got a foot of snow up at Hershey, and we're playing Greensburg Central Catholic, and we pulled that one out 17-7. So that was, and then coming home in the snow was unbelievable. And
I know I drove home in that snow too.
Oh, that always sticks in your mind.
Yeah.
A win's a win, but when you win in the snow and it's conditions like that, that's fantastic.
It makes it special. Yeah.
It's special.
If Florida doesn't get that, do they?
No.
They don't get that. No. Well, guys, it's been a pleasure, but I have one more question for you, and this might be a tough one for one of you. The best player you ever coached?
Where do you start? I can maybe name the 5 best players.
Go ahead. Name the 5.
Kerry Collins, John Gilmore, Brian McCarty, Alex Austin, Chad Henne.
Chad Henne, yeah, who's just retired and back home and working with quarterbacks in the area with Jimmy.
Coached with us this year.
Yeah, and he's coaching. Yeah, what a great thing.
Great addition.
Bruce?
I'm going to go with some of what Doug has. I coached John Gilmore. I was on the staff with Chad Henne, my son Brett, and then a Catholic, Kyle Smith. I mean, he was good. He was just awesome.
Yeah.
Roman Clay, the Purvises that went on to Boston College and NC State. He got obviously more than we did, but those are some of the kids that really stand out in my mind. And then the kid I had down at Indian River in Chesapeake, his name was Benjamin Jefferson.
You coached at Indian River. I didn't know that. I know where Indian River. I went to one of their games. My son or my nephew played down in that area, and I went down to watch him. I went down to watch him play football, and they played them. Yeah.
Yeah, he was a heck of a running back. He's 5'7" or whatever, but he ran for like 4,000 yards.
And I do want to apologize to all the players that I didn't name.
That was just 5 of them, okay? That was just 5, right off the top of his head.
More.
Yeah, there's about 50. Yeah, Cam Jones was one of them. He was a good one. Yeah,
his brother Jaden.
Yeah, Jaden was good. So there's many good football.
Iggy Reynoso.
Boy, what the history of football.
Shane Stafford.
The history of football in Pennsylvania is amazing.
Here's the kicker. This is if ESPN or you guys had been around, maybe you were, I don't know. In 1992,
on paper,
Kerry Collins was leading the nation in quarterback efficiency at Division I. Shane Stafford was leading the nation in quarterback efficiency at UConn, Division I AA. And Chris Adams was leading the nation in quarterback efficiency at Division III Gettysburg, all at the same time.
Wow.
You don't think ESPN would have picked something like that up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Coming from a school that runs the football.
That's right. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check with Tom Milling on that and see if we had any of that back when we were a newspaper. I'll have to dig back and get a hold of maybe V-Talk or somebody like that. But guys, great having you on the program. It was fun and appreciate it. I hope you have a great rest of the clinic here, and we'll see you on the field somewhere down the line. Two great coaches to my right, and this is one of the reasons why I come to these clinics. I get to see all the coaches. I have no reason to be here other than to see coaches and talk to coaches. I don't get to go to every game. There's 564 schools. That means there's 260 games, something like that. So and there's only 10 weeks in a season.
Yeah. The last thing, Billy, I want to say, and I'm sure Doug will echo this. You guys do a great job covering high school.
I appreciate it. I have a great staff.
I look into it every Saturday morning or Friday night and whatever, and get the scores. And the articles you guys write are fantastic.
We just have a great staff. Our intern program is great. We have a lot of good interns that have come through. Speaking of interns, if you're watching, if you're a school right now, and please tell your journalism department or your guidance counselors, we always take interns on. I have 24, I counted them, 24 former interns who are working in the journalism or TV field right now.
Great.
And we have 5 of them at WT. 5 of them at WTAJ. We've got 2 at WJAC in Johnstown.
That's great.
We've got one who is the director of a radio station. We just have interns all over the place. We help them. We teach them. And our staff is awesome. I have the greatest staff. They do a great job. They're all over the place. Hollywood, Brian Hollywood Tashinsky very well. Unfortunately, he's moved up to Shikshini now, so he's not down that way. So you won't see him as much as you used to see him, but great guy, and we have a good staff, but you'll see us around somewhere.
Yeah.
So
you do a great job.
Live from the clinic here, the Funding Zones Coaches Academy Clinic. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back with Ed Weaver from Circle W Sports. We'll be right back after these messages.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Michael Sikorsky from the Funding Zone, the #1 fundraising company in the state of Pennsylvania. If you need help raising funds for your program, please contact us at 570-885-0900. Thank you. Hi, good afternoon. My name is Michael Sikoski from the Funding Zone, the #1 fundraising company in the state of Pennsylvania. If you need help raising funds for your program, please contact us at 570-885-0900.
The Cobalt Plus headset system delivers proven performance along with more users, more flexibility. That's why coaches across Pennsylvania trust Cobalt Plus. CoachCom makes tough headset systems for tough teams. We build headsets to help teams win. Call or click to learn more about Cobalt Plus from the proven leader in football communications.
I would recommend becoming an official because you can feel like you're a part of a sport that you love.
We officiate for the athletes and for the sport that we love, and so as long as you keep them first, then it's going to be a great experience.
So the money I've made from officiating for the past few years, I put all that money into savings to pay to finish my college education. In 6 months when I complete that, I will not be in any debt.
Officiating the state championship and getting that call to officiate the state championship was an emotional thing for me, just because of what I've been through, you know, the ups and downs, and getting that call really meant a lot to me. Sometimes I see student athletes that I officiated years and years ago, and they say, "Man, you did a great job. Thanks for everything you've done."
Circle W Sports is the complete all-in-one platform for high school sports, designed by former athletes, coaches, and athletic directors. Circle W Sports gives school and team personnel an easier solution to run their entire athletic departments with the help of these features. League Manager makes creating master schedules a breeze. Configure your divisions, build schedules, track league all-stars, and much, much more. Referee Manager helps assign and track game officials in the same platform. And with RefPay, your officials can get paid within hours instead of days or weeks. Enjoy live scoring and statistical services through our Performance Tracker and Stat Tracker apps. Learn how to track your workout or camp and combine statistics in real time. Then create any type of report after your results are tallied. The Stat Tracker app helps keep your fans involved, whether they are in the stands or at home, with live in-game stats. For more information, visit CircleWSports.com, the official online platforms of PA Football News and the PSFCA Big 33.
All right, gang, welcome back. Let me turn that down. Welcome back to the Coaches Academy Clinic. You just saw an ad there. Sitting to my right is Ed from Circle W Sports.
What's going on, man?
Just having fun at the clinic, man.
Yes,
Ed also
sir.
builds our website, PA Football News. So he built the website. But, Ed, before we get into it, there's a bunch of people I got to thank. So
Yeah.
I'm going to go down the line. I want to thank Go Route for being a sponsor. Go Route makes a great product. Now they're in baseball. Coach to player communications for baseball. Go check out Go Route. You can find all of the sponsor information on our website. I want to thank McGurk's for being a sponsor of PA Football News and the state of PA football. We'll be at McGurk's again this fall. Got to thank Anthony Sodasani and Parma Pizza. We're just going to pull him up down in the corner there. Parma Pizza, if you're in the York area and you're looking for pizza, you got to look up Parma Pizza. Great pizza. One of my favorite sponsors I got to talk about is Rainbow Lettering. If you need a team flash store, I'm wearing their product right now on my chest. They just do a great job, and they get your product to you in a hurry. I mean, like, if you've got a team store, they have a turnaround. They have a giant warehouse up in New York, and everything is housed within Rainbow Lettering, and they do other things too. So go to Rainbow Lettering and check them out. And I mean, whether you're just a small church or a large football team, and you want to get a team store going or just a store yourself going, like we do for PA Football News, check out Rainbow Lettering. I want to thank Safer Sports. You can see Safer Sports right here, the logo. Safer Sports, protecting our players all over the place. I want to thank also Sports Paradise, Kevin James. He was just on a little while ago. Great sponsor, great products from Kevin. I want to thank one of our big sponsors, St. Luke's Sports Medicine. We got a lot of stuff coming up this summer with St. Luke's. We'll let the cat out of the bag. There's going to be a few professional football players and Saquon Barkley and a few others. Much bigger than a guy named Mike Sikorsky. He's a little guy, so but much bigger. How you doing, Mike? Mike, you can sit down if you want to.
Come on in.
So come on in, sit down, Mike. And we got to thank St. Luke's. I want to thank Turf Tank, of course, for being a sponsor on our website. Turf Tank. If you have grass fields, you need a Turf Tank to save you hundreds and hundreds of hours and to have quality lines on your fields. Two Birch Winery, they're one of our sponsors for Pro Time up in DuBois. If you're looking for a gift for somebody, you're into wine, that kind of things, check out Two Birch Winery in DuBois. And finally, I want to thank our new sponsor, Quick Cuts, for being they're a new sponsor on our website. They're here at the clinic right now, and we're going to do great things with Quick Cuts. I think Ed's going to work something out with them too.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about that. Mike, you want to put a microphone on? You might as well join the show here. There's a microphone right there.
There you go.
Teach them how to do it, Ed.
I'll get you all set up there. There you go.
Am I ready to rock and roll?
You're ready to rock and roll. You got it on backwards, but that's all right. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. But, Ed, tell them what you got, man.
Guys, thank you. My name is Mike Sikorsky. I'm the District 11 and 12 rep for the Funding Zone. If you guys need any help with fundraising, we're here to help you guys.
You've seen Mike in our commercial.
Yes, I am the pretty face of the commercial. I have the honor and privilege of working with Billy on a regular basis.
Yeah.
So on and so forth. So, Billy, thank you for coming. Ed, thank you for coming to our
absolutely.
clinic. Coaches, thank you for coming to our clinic today. And if you need any help, concerns, any questions, please reach out to us. We're here to help every program in the state of Pennsylvania and across the board in the country. We're just here to help across the board. So I'm happy to have you guys here this weekend. We're ready to rock and roll.
You got a nice website.
They do.
They do have a nice website. Where'd that come from?
I don't know. Where did our website?
From Circle W Sports.
No.
Yes.
No way.
Get out of town.
Get out of town.
So you build their website and my website?
I do, yeah.
Do you build websites for other people?
I do. I don't build a website for myself, as you can see. I mean, I haven't updated mine in the last 5 years.
Is that right?
I'm too busy building data services and back-end APIs and dashboards and all that stuff. So
you're a one-stop shop.
Pretty much, yeah. I can do it all, man.
A one-stop shop?
Who's that?
The Funding Zone.
That's right.
They are.
If you need a fundraiser, if you need discount cards, tumblers, cookie dough, popcorn, an online donation site, guess where you're coming? Us.
So here's some of Ed's sponsors. Look, Ed's got clients, and check it out. These are the clients that Ed has websites through. He's built all these websites for Dunmore, for Bucktail, Lewisburg, Milton, the District 4, and the NTL, PA Football News, as well as the Funding Zone, which you don't have on here yet.
Not yet.
So,
that's why I'm saying I got to update mine.
Yes.
I'm building all this stuff for clients and everybody else. I haven't had the time to update my website in a few years.
So if you're looking at all these clients right here, you got to be saying to yourself, he must be pretty good.
I think so.
So
Yeah,
what
I
you're
think
telling
he
me
is
he's a big deal.
He is a pretty big deal, kind of, yeah.
Kind of a big deal. Just kind of.
Just kind of,
Yeah,
bit,
just a little bit. I have a lot of leather-bound books. I don't know Merlin Olsen, but I mean, I at least have some books on the bookshelf.
That's all that matters.
So Ed, I have on the screen right now. You partnered up with the Big 30.
Yep. Yeah, we'll be at their senior classic game, their senior basketball all-star game next Sunday, doing stats and LL Hoops. We just released a mobile app for them. So yeah, I mean, we've done a little bit of everything. We just brought on Troy here this fall. So yeah, I mean, it's been a busy 2023 and the early start to 2024 for Circle W.
You got the Mid-Penn Atlantic Conference.
And look at it right there. There's the website for the Funding Zone.
All kind of stuff.
Right.
Built by this man right here. I mean, how can you go wrong? I mean, boom. I mean, I'm looking at it right now. How to, products, blast, meet the team. Let me see meet the team. Oh my God.
And then another thing that we want to talk about real quick, hold that banner up right there. Grab that Circle W So let's put it right up against that. I don't know if you can see that or not, but Circle W Sports, the Combine Tracker.
Oh, yeah, our performance tracker app. I mean, we had a great summer of 2023. We called it our summer 2023 camp tour. We went to a bunch of different places. I mean, we did 5 different camps at St. Francis. We helped out St. Vincent's. We just talked to Coach Terwilliger, hopefully to get East Stroudsburg on the list here this year. But yeah, instead of entering data in on clipboards or note cards or anything like that, then having to go back through and type everything into a spreadsheet later, we enter all the stuff in on the device. After the event, I click one button. You can have every single report broken down multiple ways, by position, running backs, quarterbacks, receivers, by event.
Crazy.
By graduation class, by school. One click. Yep.
One click.
Yep.
One click.
One click, and then you download all the different reports.
What's the best way to get in contact with you?
You can go to Circle W Sports on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or give me a call, 570-337-3377.
That's Ed Weaver from Circle W Sports. Boom. He built PAFootballnews.com in 2 months.
And then built the Funding Zone website. And
in 2 months, you built PAW football. He built PA Football News in 2 months.
Pretty much.
It was crazy. And we've tweaked it.
I might have to be the special guest referee here, or the special guest every time.
Yeah, that's it, man.
I need a hype man.
I mean, honestly, if you like this interview and this situation right now, hit the like button.
Like and subscribe.
I don't have a like button ready to pull up.
Because here's the situation. With Billy, Ed, and Mike, I think it's a great package.
That's it. This has been great. They're about to open the bar, aren't they? Or did they already?
No, not yet.
No, not
7
yet.
o'clock.
We're
7
getting
o'clock.
there. 2 hours.
But here,
hey, the Coaches Academy Clinic.
Live.
You could still be here tomorrow if you're not here yet.
You can still be here now.
This is the clinic I tell everyone to come to. The next session starts in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
If you live less than 10 minutes away, you can make it for the next session.
It's a coaches clinic for the coaches. Put on by the coaches.
That's right.
I mean,
it's a great clinic. Circle W Sports is a great product.
Football.
The funding zone is a great fundraiser. Everybody here, I mean, all the sponsors and everybody, great time. I'm so happy to be here. We're going to come back tomorrow morning about 10 o'clock a.m. We're going to have a special guest with us tomorrow morning.
Hold on. Who's the special guest?
The special guest.
Who's the special?
We do have a special guest.
Is it me again?
No, it's not.
Is it not me?
It is not
Is it
you.
me? No.
The special guest is a special guest. We're going to have James Simerson. And James Simerson is the president of the Great Eastern Football Association.
Oh.
Yes. And you can follow them on Twitter. Let me see if I can find them.
I was going to say, you just put the
I
message
did.
out
I
this
just put
morning
it
to
out
the
there.
whole
Great
group, so-
Eastern Football XX. And there it is.
Billy, that is a very large computer
GEFAXS.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull it up on our screen right now because I can do that because I'm running the show. So I can do that. There's their Twitter account. All right. Here's their website. You can also get them on PA Football News on our website. So if you go to GIFA360.com, and we're working on having Ed build them a new website.
Yeah, hopefully. We got some stuff to
get
show
some
them
talking
here this weekend.
So there's the GIFA. You can find all the information for the GIFA also on PA Football News. If you go to our website, scroll down, click on the GIFA button right here, and pull it up.
Team schedules.
We'll have team schedules here. We're about to go live with them sometime this evening.
We'll have
We're going to have
graphics in a little bit here.
standings. We're going to have team schedules. And we will be there next week,
for
next Saturday.
2024.
Yep.
The new team schedules.
That's right.
Out.
Yep.
That's right.
So someone can click on your website.
They can go to our website and get the GIFA schedules. The great,
mind-blowing.
Great Eastern Football
I
Association.
didn't know that.
And it's a great product. It's an 8-man semi-pro football league. They play football. They hit.
Football, hitting.
Full uniforms. And they hit. A lot of them are former Pennsylvania football players. For high school football players, Yep. And they have a couple of very famous football players.
Who do they have on stat?
Right now, the best quarterback in their league.
What was it? Justin Kirpakis played for him, didn't he? After he got out of the NFL for a couple of years.
That's correct. It is 100%. So, So tune in tomorrow morning around 10 o'clock, and we'll have Simerson here, hopefully, and we'll talk a little bit more. We'll find some more coaches to talk to at the Coaches Academy Coaching Clinic, sponsored by the Funding Zone. Hey, thanks for joining us on the State of PA Football. We had a blast. I had a blast. I had a great time.
I had a blast. Ed?
Oh, I always have a blast at this clinic.
It was a great
love
time.
coming here.
Listen, I'm grateful that you guys are both here.
It's fun.
It wouldn't be possible without you two.
Yeah. Well,
nope, it wouldn't. Hey, listen, we'll be back tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Tune in. Thanks for being here.
At PAFootballNews.com, we've got you covered. If you're looking for the best coverage of high school football in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, check out PAFootballNews.com. From schedules to rankings, game coverage to Friday night scoreboard, live streams, and more, PA Football News is the one-stop shop for everything high school football in Pennsylvania. Follow us on Twitter at PAFootballNews and visit us at PAFootballNews.com. We got you covered.